whether it's Frost or Blaze, it's hard to deal with. Shen being banned, kind of an auto ban here by Blaze. I think they banned him every game, and Blaze has banned Shen several times in previous games, more than any other champion.
We see Urgot getting banned by Team OP, but only when MiG Blaze is actually on the purple side. That's because a lot of strategies can only really be opened from one side versus the other.
Good point.
So they want to make sure Blaze does not have a very specific strategy for Urgot, even though he's a strong champion in a lot of different ways. And Blaze, once again, getting rid of Kassadin. He didn't pose too much of a problem to them in game 1, but that's because they threw a very interesting lane change against him. So they might not be able to pull that off a second time, and they realized that maybe it's a little bit better just to get rid of him early on.
We did see OP do extremely well with another assassin-type champion like Kassadin. And Ahri is very similar in the way that, you know, she likes to jump to you and do her full combo on you in order to get the full effect. So are they going to see maybe OP pick up Ahri again? We're going to find out. Mundo also being banned, as well as Lee Sin and Udyr, so most of the strongest junglers are out this game. OP picks up Janna first.
Yep, and that's most likely going to encourage OP to grab Corki. It's a combination that they've been using a lot this tournament. Paragon and Ashart extremely strong with both of those. And then Janna, of course, helps to mitigate the power of Kennen if OP is not able to pick him up early on.
Indeed, who is Blaze going to pick next? Oh, Captain Jack's going to get Graves again. Nope, wait, maybe they're going to... Yeah, well, Captain Jack just picks it up so they don't have to switch.
They realized Rise wasn't banned, they had to grab him. He grabbed him first last game as well. He didn't quite do everything he needed to in the last game, though. OP just showing that they were really, really strong in those team fights and able to force them to happen
they had such good initiates.
Yep, and there's Corki and Nocturne once again. Nolja doing such a good job knowing exactly when to come in with the rest of his team, able to pick up those early kills that then just started snowballing towards the rest of the game.
Vladimir and Soraka being picked up by Blaze.
That's going to be really good with Corki's ability to shred the armor of whoever he's shooting at. Soraka's able to add a little bit of armor to Captain Jack's Graves, and then with Graves just staying in combat a little bit longer because he's getting healed and getting a little bit more armor, his passive ability is going to allow him to stay there a little bit as well.
Yeah, maybe also feeling like, okay, well, last game Lulu wasn't able to protect our champions quite as well as we wanted to, so now Soraka can cast Wish from anywhere on the map and make sure that those ganks don't actually happen. It looks like OP might pick up Ahri again. And what?
If they actually do this, this would be awesome. Ahri most likely staying in the middle.
Please lock it in.
Karthus going to the top lane, but able to affect the entire game.
Do it. Do it.
15 seconds. Someone run in there and steal their keyboard so they can't change. Just
run up behind him, click lock in real quick. I actually was watching, I was spectating. Oh, are they going to do it? They're locking it in! Team OP going with Karthus and Ahri. Oh, that is so awesome.
This is interesting for a choice on their part, though, because usually the counter to Karthus is having Soraka, and Soraka was already picked for MiG Blaze.
Maybe they're trying to counter Soraka with Karthus or something. I don't know, man. That is really interesting. Probably, I think you're right. We're probably going to see Karthus going top because then he's going to have that global presence, whereas Ahri...
Nope. Corn Salad's actually grabbing Karthus, so he's going to be with the mid.
Okay.
And then Ahri on a Lilac is actually going to be pretty strong as well. She's able to get to the mid lane rather quickly, and then also able to contest or make sure they can keep their blue buff.
No, go ahead.
Just having both Ahri and Karthus really close to the blue buff on their side is going to make it so that they can prevent the other team from stealing it a lot easier.
True. What I was thinking is just that Ahri, you know, Karthus can be anywhere with his ult basically to help out with ganks, whereas Ahri needs to actually go to a lane, and so by having her in the mid lane, I felt like she would be better to be able to go either top or bottom as needed. But you're exactly right, she's going to do perfectly fine top lane. Karthus, of course, very good if he can go to another lane and gank as well, and he can, of course, get Ahri coming down to help as well. So very interesting pick there. I was actually, man, the new spectator mode is so boss. It is so awesome. Like, I'm in love with it. It's fantastic. And I was even just spectating a game the other day, a high level. They usually have the high level games as like the featured spectator games. And I was actually spectating a game. I was like, you know what? Karthus is one of my mains. I want to see what the top level players are building on him. So I joined this game that had a Karthus in it, and I was like, wait a minute. Why does Karthus have a regrowth pet? It's a support Karthus. So Karthus can technically be used in a lot of different locations. But he is going to be mid this time. Ari is going to be top.
Yeah, and Ari actually grabbed Ignite to be able to fight against the Vladimir that we saw he's going to be going up against on Phantasy Star. Yeah. But Graves versus Corki, going to be very interesting. Both able to do so much damage when they're close up. Graves using
Buckshot?
Yeah, Buckshot to do a ton of damage if he's in the face of Corki. However, the Gatling gun able to shred his armor if he stays there for too long.
Yep, and they will be supported by Soraka and Janna. Soraka, very sustainable champion, is going to keep you in lane for a long time. Janna has a little bit more utility. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 to break the tie to see who will get the lead going into game 4 and who will have the advantage to getting into the finals. It's about to begin. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Nope. Well, hold on a second. All right, here we actually go. Ladies and gentlemen, Team MiG Blaze is going to be in the top right of the map. They are going to be in the red. And Team OP is going to be in the blue in the bottom left. We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. It looks like we had to switch over to the lower quality feed for the moment, but we're going to get back to the higher quality for you very soon.
By the time the action starts, you'll be able to see it in crystal clear detail.
Yeah.
But we get some more ominous music coming out of the screen that we have right now.
Yes, indeed. Oh, look at this. Team OP running Captain Jack out of the river. Captain Jack says it's okay. My feet were getting wet anyways.
Yeah, and Team OP actually recognizes that Vladimir is at their own blue buff. They don't want that to be stolen, so they did actually drop a ward there before trying to do the invasion.
We didn't get a chance to talk much. I was so excited about Karthus, one of my favorite champions, that we didn't get to talk about the fact that Amumu was actually picked for MiG Blaze as well. And so that's why we're seeing this invasion. Amumu is an extremely mana-dependent jungler. He needs that mana so badly. And so OP says, you know what? If we can take their blue buff, we're going to shut down Amumu's jungle very, very early. So that's what they're doing. And I'm actually a little surprised they didn't prepare a little bit more ahead of time for the fact that, of course, Amumu is going to go ahead and steal their blue because he can't go without it.
Yeah, that's really true. And we actually saw that MiG, Frost was giving the blue buff to Amumu even until the later game. They did say in the interview after the fact that it was a mistake, but it was something they didn't really mind too much because yeah. Amumu with blue, like you're saying, is extremely strong.
There we go.
So just trading buffs, not really a big deal. Going to get back into the normal...
Ambition gets caught! Wow, almost a kill. The flash away, still almost a kill. Oh, he's continuing to land those layways. I thought he was out of range. Beautiful, beautiful layways there.
Yeah, trading an exhaust for a flash. They're going to get the exhaust back up a little bit faster.
Yeah.
And also having Corncel with the ability to flash away, it's going to make it a little bit easier for Nolja to come gang against Ambition if he steals these rays and moves in. Janna still supporting him, while Alalak doing a really, really good job against Phantasy Star. Vladimir's a champion that he gets really strong later on, but a little bit weak early on because of the cooldowns on his abilities, and Ari just able to take advantage of that really, really well.
Wow, look at this. OP is destroying Amumu's jungle, taking his blue. Of course, he did get a blue buff. He did get a blue buff by stealing the others, but now they're taking Amumu's red as well. Took his wraiths already, giving a little poke to Rise here as well, saying, you know what, we just want to make sure you use up every single health potion, make sure you don't have any left, and in fact, Rise is stuck with no health pots any longer.
Yeah, Amumu has not yet used the smite because he did want to use it on his red buff, grab it really quickly because he thought it was a dangerous situation, but unfortunately was not able to get here quickly enough, and he's going to be down a major buff creep in the jungle. Going to put him really far behind Nocturne, which is not what he wants early on, with Nocturne able to do a lot quicker ganks and help his team a lot more.
Yep, now Ashert finally joining Paragon down here at bottom lane. Paragon has been taking some hits. He's down at 5 creeps compared to the 15 of Graves. So, yeah, they're going to need a little bit of help from Nolja here to get back in that matchup down at the bottom lane.
Yeah, even though he's down some creep score, he was actually able to put on a lot of damage to Graves and force him to use a potion. So still a nice job of recovering from that situation. He's going to have a little bit more experience than Graves as well. So if he can get in an advantageous position after he goes back the first time, he's going to have a little bit more items as well. Not more items, but able to stay relatively even with that. And having that extra level is going to make the difference in not having those items.
Excellent point. So yeah, now nice Eye of the Storm, protecting from a lot of that damage from the, well, all the damage from the buckshot. It's exactly what you want to do as a Janna. It's kind of the two lanes. One of them, well, the two supports. One of them is supposed to protect from the damage, and of course Soraka is just supposed to heal the damage back up. So both a little bit of sustainability.
Either way works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather not feel any pain than feel pain and then get healed from it. But to each their own.
Well, but it's easier to heal the pain than it is to make sure you block the pain every time. So a little bit better trading for Soraka Graves.
I was always told different when I was growing up.
Talking about League of Legends here, not real life.
League of Legends is real life. What are you talking about?
That's my point. It's more important.
All right, so we see Azubu having a Philosopher's Stone. He is a little bit behind in his jungle, so he's going to need to be able to get that extra gold. Meanwhile, Nocturne has not even gotten back yet. Well, now he has. So we're going to see what he actually purchases to counteract that. Oh, going for that Madred's Razors. He wants to be able to shred through the minions in the jungle and then be able to maybe steal the next red buff as well.
Philostone's pretty common thing to find on Amumu's anyways, or a lot of meta. Oh, nicely done. That was actually really cool. Lilac killed the minion that was protecting line of sight to Vladimir and fired her charm at that moment, so it went through the spot that used to held a minion. Very cool.
Yeah, Lilac showing that he's really experienced with Ahri in this top lane. Able to play pretty much any champion in that role. He's so good. He's been playing this game for a very long time, both on the North American server and the Korean server.
Knowles is going to go in here and just see if there's any free wraiths to take, but not at this point in time. He might actually go in to try and assault Rise. Oh, the wall pain goes down. He's going to go in. He does not get the leash. The Rune Prism stops him, but he's not running away. And that is a kill. Ambition is going to die. Is Helios going to die as well? Diving in there. No, he does get out of there.
That's beautiful timing. That's going to allow Team OP to go and grab their blue buff in complete safety in about 30 seconds when it respawns. Meanwhile, Karthus is going to stay and just try to keep the minions pushed up away from Amumu able to stop it. Helios is only at half health, has no mana, so he can't really say anything to Corn Salad about this.
Yeah, nothing he can do there. And Corn Salad is just going to go ahead and press those minions up against the tower as well. Beautiful, beautiful play. Karthus now looking at the minion count, 15 minions ahead almost of, doing really well in mid lane.
What's even worse is they forced Ambition to go back right before he would have been able to buy his Catalyst, so he's stuck with just a Ruby Crystal and a Sapphire Crystal, able to get a little bit more health and mana.
Oh, going for the kill on Phantasy Star. Is he able to pull away? Oh, the Karthus ult! The Karthus ult! Karthus hits level 6 in perfect time. Had just gone back to get mana and scores the kill from the spawn. Beautiful, beautiful play. And that's one of the reasons why I love playing Karthus myself, because no one ever gets away with a few hit points, which is so frustrating sometimes.
That was awesome, and the fact that he used that used Requiem to be able to kill the top lane, he also injured a lot of the other lanes, just helping out the rest of his team as well.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if we see another match at Soul Stealer on Corn
Oh,
Salad
we
this
might
game.
indeed. We might indeed.
Ambition able to go respawn, grab his blue buff, but like I was saying before, he's not able to get the Catalyst quite yet, so he's not going to have the sustainability that Karthus is going to have in lane as they level up and regenerate some of their health and mana.
Yep.
Oh,
they're going in for the red buff here, and this is really cool. Lilac is going to come down here and help out, and oh, Helios, no, he sees it going on. He's going to try and run in here and smite it, but he gets charmed. He didn't know there was two there. The double ult, no, he's going to flash away.
He did actually pull off the smite. I don't know how that worked when the...
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Beautiful timing. He was able to get it just as it was entering the brush.
That was pro.
Wow.
That was really cool. I did not think he was going to get that.
Knowledge is going to be a little disappointed there, but it was something that he didn't deserve anyway. It did not belong to his team.
Damn thief. That's okay. He's going to take what he can get. And I mean, Amumu's already a sad mummy, you know, but his jungle got wrecked in the beginning of the game. If he had missed out on that red buff too and died, imagine how sad he would be at that point.
Oh, not only does he not have friends, but he also doesn't have shiny circles to follow him around. The timing makes up for that.
Yep.
So he doesn't need friends.
Who needs friends when you have a red buff, right?
Yep.
Corn Salad coming down here to gank bottom, but there is a ward in that river to see this coming, and They're going to go ahead and get it. But oh, the flash to try and get down something, a Zephyr or a Howling Gale, but can't quite land any sort of disability onto that bottom lane.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt by the Wall of Pain, but it just barely missed. Forced Lustboy to use his flash, so not too bad. It'll allow Nocturne to come in just a moment and try that gank once again.
Well, Nolja's going to go ahead and pick up his own red buff. Killing off that Lizard gives him that red aura that we see on Helios.
Oh, nice timing on that Wall of Pain. He didn't quite have vision over Helios, but he did know he was going in that brush and realized that he would most likely be trying to come and grab or shoot out a bandage toss. So really nice prediction there from Cornsalad.
Yep. Very nice. Captain Jack staying topped up on health and mana due to Lustboy.
And Ari just had to go back now. Vladimir, or Fantasy Star with Vladimir, is doing a really good job of keeping the creep score relatively even. He has been taking a lot of hurt from Ari, but he just went back and grabbed that Hextech Revolver, so he's going to be able to be a lot more sustainable, especially since he is up to level 8 now. So going to be able to stay in lane a lot longer as he continues to level up a little bit more. And Oracle's going on to Mumu. They know that a lot of the wards from Team OP are preventing them from getting those ganks. So as he travels around, realizing that his entire jungle is taken, he can cry a little bit, but he can make it up for it by taking the gold from these wards.
Nolja is waiting in the wings. He's waiting outside of distance range, but within ult range. He's waiting for someone to get some kind of... Nope, never mind, he's not waiting at all. I take it all back. I thought he was camping there, so they were going to try and land a Howling Gale or something and go for a kill, but decides not to. Looks like they might want to come over here and... No. Amumu's going bottom now.
Yeah, now that Nolja has that Wriggle's Lantern, he is able to take down the dragon relatively quickly. So they want to make, both teams want to make sure they have vision of the entire entrance to that area so they aren't taken completely unprepared.
And Helios moving into that bush from the top position outside of any wards that might have been in the river, going for a lane gank. He has a ward in that bush, so you can see Asher. If Asher gets too close, he's going to bandage toss and ult in there, and that will probably result in a kill. But the amount of damage Captain Jack can put out with that BF sword in his inventory. There's the flash, the bandage toss, the ult! Asher gets blown to pieces in less than a second. An absolute obliteration. Lilac taking damage up here at top as well, so that is going to put a kill on the board for Fantasy Star. There goes the ult. The ult goes up. He can get any more damage. The ult will finish off Lilac. He does get it. The ult, the pull, the ignite. Oh, the flash away. Lilac and Fantasy Star each survive with a handful of hit points. Oh, Corn Salad, is he going to ult?
He does not have it up right now, so he isn't able to get that final kill. But really nice job by A Lilac to know exactly how much he could do. Drop that ignite before Fantasy Star went into the Sanguine Pool, so he wasn't able to regenerate enough health that he would have been able to actually get a dive off. And A Lilac was able to get away with one hit of health points left. Really, really nice timing by both players. I want to go back to that bottom lane, though. We see that Graves is doing a really nice job against Corki. 112 CS to 87. So he was actually able to forego the Doran's Blades completely and go straight for the BF Sword.
Yeah.
That's going to allow him to do a lot more burst damage. He's not going to have quite as much survivability, but it doesn't matter when you can melt the support in under a second like you were talking about.
Yes, indeed. Very, very smart move there. And Corki actually has just gone back and also picked up a BF Sword.
Yep.
In addition to those Dorans, but that's because Graves hasn't gone back to buy quite recently. He just actually went back and finished a Bloodthirster at 13.5 minutes. Very, very cool.
Yeah, that's going to start getting him really powerful if he stays in lane for another 40 minion kills, which is not that long, a little less than 5 minutes based on how perfectly he's actually getting these minions. It's going to get him really, really strong in just a little bit.
Nolja is nearby for the pickup of the kill. If Lilac goes for it, he's creeping into this bush. There's no wards there, no vision of it. Lilac wants that kill that he could not get. His Spirit Rush up. Oh, there's the chain. Oh, nope, Fantasy Star gets out of the way, but the charm goes off. The ult from Nolja. They do pick up the kill. Ari actually gets the last hit on him as well. Nicely done.
Yeah, that's going to give Ari a really nice advantage. He was actually a little bit behind in minion score because she had to go back and wasn't actually able to finish off any of her items, only grabbing the Amplifying Tome. But now she's going to be able to go grab a second Amplifying Tome, get closer to that Will of the Ancients, and grab some potions so she can go toe-to-toe with Vladimir a little bit more.
Yep. She did go with those level 2 boots a little bit earlier. Wanted to make sure she had those. Probably as a result of the fact that she wants to make sure that she can use her distance. She has longer distance spells. And hold that thought, going in on Captain Jack, who who gets ulted away, actually, by Janna. So, interesting there. And look at that ward. How did they get a ward in that bush? That red ward in the...
I have no idea, but it's a little bit aggressive there, but that's going to give them exactly the knowledge of where Nolja is, because Paragon went up there to try to help with the minion, or with the creep kills in the jungle. They know that Nolja was up to something in that area. And once again, the gold score is actually staying extremely close here. Team OP up by 2 kills, but down by 200 gold. So MiG Blaze just doing a really, really good job of farming and keeping OP away from their own farm.
Just like last game, they were able to do that. They were able to keep relatively even in the gold count despite losing the team fight. So very, very cool to see that. Because even if you lose fights, I mean, oftentimes if you lose a lot of fights, it'll look like you're losing, you know, a game, but really in the end it matters what you can do in the next team fight. And so if your gold count is at the right spot, and if you have the better team comp and better
I really
items.
like this because Phantasy Star was pushing so hard in the top lane. MiG Blaze knew that Team OP had to go and defend that. Ahri going back up to the top is going to make it so that it would be a 4-on-4 for MiG Blaze at this dragon. And with Graves having about 30 stacks on his Bloodthirster, he's going to be doing a lot of damage and be extremely hard to kill. So they were in a position to be able to go for that dragon relatively quickly, but they saw that OP was getting in position to try to say something about it. So they just backed off and are going to reset as the minions took down the bottom turret.
Oh, is Ahri going to go for the kill? She lands her combo. Phantasy Star puts his ult, though. Hemoplague. Hemoplague or Hemophage? I forgot.
Hemoplague.
Hemoplague.
Hemophage. Slows you at the same time.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no. Ambition is coming from the behind here. Phantasy Star might die, but Lilac is going to go down. Phantasy Star barely survives, flashing out of there.
Awesome tag teaming there by MiG Blaze.
But with 2 at top, that means that Team OP can pick up the dragon.
Well, they can start it, but MiG is going to try to contest as Captain Jack getting in a very good position. If he sees Paragon, he can do a lot of damage, but no, Wall of Pain coming down. Helios already has a lot of mental pain, doesn't want the physical as well.
Flashes over, Helios flashes as well. 2 or 3 flashes actually on a Valkyrie. Helios still gets away. Will Carthage will finish him off. He's so low. The Howling Gale is, no, he gets canceled. His ult gets canceled. I didn't see what by. And Nolja's going to die in the midst of it all. Asher using Janna's Monsoon to blow everyone away so they cannot follow up and kill Paragon. But actually, he might get caught by Rune Prison. There's the Rune Prison, and there is everything. There is death.
Oh.
Another kill for Rise.
Yeah, Rise doing a great job so far this game. Being in the crowd has just got the extra aura of ability, building up his Tear of the Goddess extremely quickly, and then also being extremely tanky with that Catalyst and Negatron Cloak. You
know what he's going to do, Rise, with the extra money that he's got from that kill? He's going
Funnel into esports.
He's going to buy the whole team Kimbap.
Ooh.
and soda.
Hopefully eating doesn't prevent them from getting a lot of the future kills as well.
Feast is good for you. Ask Choga.
And because Graves was able to pick up that early Bloodthirster, he's going to grab the Zeal and try to move up to the Phantom Dancer really quickly, try to take the full effect of the extra damage and lifesteal of the Bloodthirster. He doesn't even have level 2 boots yet because he can just dash away from any sort of engagement he doesn't want to be in, and pretty much go toe-to-toe with anyone in the game at the moment.
Well, right now it's pretty much even. Both teams have, oh, hold that thought. Never mind, Ambition might go down here. Captain Jack coming in to help, though. Lilac now needs to escape. Oh, and collateral damage gets the kill for Graves. That looked like a free kill for Ahri, but turned into the opposite.
Yeah, MiG doing a great job of having the ward coverage to know exactly where to position their team, and then chaining all the disables from their team to be able to pick off the important kills. Knocking Ari out of the fight prevents Team OP from really engaging on anyone specifically, which is exactly what MiG Blaze wants to do right now.
And it looks like MiG Blaze is probably going to pick up another tower here. Ari is just coming back up, but it's going to be a while until she can get down here. They might run out of minions, actually.
Yeah, Wall of Pain keeping Helios within turret distance a little bit longer. He's going to take a few extra shots, but not anything that he can't run away from. And they're all going to spend a lot of that extra gold they have. They are up by almost 5k gold right now. Very nice to have it before the 20-minute mark. That's going to allow them to continue to push on. All the tier 1 turrets are down for Team OP, making it so that they have very little breathing room and very little ability to clear a lot of the wards over and over from the Baron, making it very vulnerable. Janna's going to go and try to get rid of some of them, but all of MiG Blaze is going to...
Are they going?
Oh! Going for a desperation Baron here. Well, if they can pick this off, that's going to completely eliminate the lead of MiG Blaze, but no! MiG is close, and OP is going to need to back off.
Yep. They were hoping that there were no wards there because Karthus is one of the fastest champions for killing Baron. But they've engaged it before it healed up again, so they're starting from only half health, and MiG wants the Baron. Lilac going in. Oh, huge ultimate from everyone. Oh, Ryze doing so much damage. Janna trying to take it away, but it's not going to be enough. The Karthus Posthumous ult going off, but it's not going to be enough either. Everyone dies. Everyone dies, and it looks like MiG Blaze is going to be able to pick up this Baron slowly and steadily. It's going to take a while, but it never really wasn't finished healing up. So with the health spell vamp from Phantasy Star, they're going to be able to get it.
That wasn't A's, but it is going to be very hard for them to actually get this with only dealing AP damage from all three of these champions. It's not able to take down turrets or minions really, really quickly, but it was just barely enough. All three champions from MiG able to pick up the kill and head back home with a little under half health. But it doesn't matter for Phantasy Star because he can get all of his health back from killing minions.
He's going to go back and spend some of that cash that he just got as well.
Yeah, that cooldown reduction on Vladimir is so good. He has those Ionian Boots of Lucidity, so that coupled with the buffs that he's constantly getting, he's able to spam out a lot of his abilities because, again, he doesn't have mana to worry about.
Yep. A lot of cooldown reduction on Soraka as well, meaning that she's going to get her heals up more often.
Yeah, we saw actually MiG Blaze grabbed a bunch of Boots of Lucidity last game as well, and unfortunately didn't work for them that game, but is doing very nicely here. Corki still has not moved up to a tier 2 item at all other than his boots.
Oh, wow.
He's going to need to turn that BF sword into something soon if he wants to go toe-to-toe with Graves anytime.
Oh my god, he is so behind Graves right now. He is so behind Graves. That is, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty bad. The BF sword and the Vamp Scepter compared to a Bloodthirster and a Phantom Dancer. Things not looking too terribly good for Team OP, but they are only about 6,000 or 7,000 gold behind. Not insurmountable if they can get a good playoff, get a good team fight, but for the moment they're just going to have to play defensive against this Baron.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is they went into that last fight by the Baron all at half health because of their own attempt against Baron. Because of that, they weren't able to get off a lot of their abilities before getting picked off one by Blaze. Graves was able to just focus down any champion he wants on OP almost instantaneously. So OP really needs to go into a fight at full health without the disadvantage of
the Rune Prism. Ambition throws down his full combo. Cornstall is going to jump on top of him, but the lifesteal from Ambition keeps him alive. He's going to keep doing more damage. Will he be able to get the last couple kills? Oh my god! 5 for nothing! 5 for nothing! A complete and utter obliterative ace, and MiG Blaze is going to get an inhibitor at least. They don't have a ton of minions, so I don't know if they're going to be able to do more than that, but a huge win for MiG, going from a reasonable 6k gold lead to a 11k gold lead.
That was a nice attempt by Janet to try to make up for the mistake of the one player on Team OP that got caught by Ryze. She was actually able to cut off the other 4 champions of MiG Blaze and make it so that they could try to pick off Ambition as quickly as possible. But the thing is, they just did not have the damage capability, and Blaze was able to push through Janna's ult and just completely obliterate Team OP.
Yeah. We're seeing the gold counts of all of the champions in the game now, right now. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, Karthus saw Ryze in that bush. They had a ward there, and he's like, oh, sweet, a free Ryze. I'm just going to go pick him off. He doesn't know I know he's here. And so Karthus went over there and went within range for Defile. But the thing is, when you go within range to hit him with Defile, you're within range for his full combo. And with Desperate Power on, Ryze's spell vamp is so high that his health points were not going down. Hold that thought, another team fight going down. Team OP desperately trying to get away, but Azubu, it says, you are not getting away. 2 more kills. Ashert might go down the wall of pain, barely saving him.
Yeah, nice job by Corn Salad to come in there and save Ashart, but A Lilac and Paragon are already down, so that's going to make all the DPS of Team OP in the spawn point at the moment. And MiG Blaze is going to be able to push down this bottom turret. There's a nice creep wave they can meet up with and take down the first turret, move on, take down the second, most likely, before OP can organize. However, the Baron buff has expired, and Team OP can fight on even ground at this point.
All right, well, Ari just now coming back alive. The whole team is up now, but they're going to get some free damage on this tower before they're able to contest the tower.
Yeah, Captain Jack took a couple of the tower hits so that the minions could stay alive a little bit longer, but that also meant that he wasn't able to put on a little bit of extra damage to the turret. It would have been nicer if Amumu or Ryze had actually been the one to tank the turret for those moments, and they would have been able to put on a little bit more, but it's still okay. They're in very, very good shape with over 13k gold ahead.
Well, Graves just bought a Quicksilver Sash, which means, and another PF sword. Oh, dearie dear. Graves is going to be nigh unkillable now, which, I mean, he's, the Quicksilver Sash, by the way, gives you a lot of magic resistance, which means he's not going to take as much damage from the double AP champions that Team OP has, but it also is an item that when you activate it, you click the number for the item slot it's in, it gets you out of almost all disables. So if they do manage to catch him with a charm or wall of pain or something like that, Graves is going to die. He can hit that and he can get out alive to stay alive for the fight.
Yeah, it's also very important. Interesting choice here is actually choosing to stay on those tier 1 boots. He thinks that he does enough damage and he's got enough lifesteal that doesn't matter what's going against him. He doesn't need to run away. He's going to stay in the fight.
Sometimes the BF sword is just too tempting. You're like, I could get level 2 boots, but I've got 1650, man. I gotta go for the BF sword.
Yeah, he went for an elixir instead. He just wants to be able to get almost 100% critical hits there. Well, not even yet, but getting closer and closer, able to dish out even more damage.
Yep, and he's popped that elixir right now as well, which, you know, does give him some extra mobility regardless. He's got a Phantom Dancer. He's fine with level 1 boots.
Yep, and quick draw.
Dead man walking, not as quite as fast as he could, but still walking pretty fast.
Toppling.
That would be Swain.
Oh, right. Swain in a couple years after he gets a pet bird.
There we go. All right, so, I mean, this is starting to get ridiculously out of control. 13,000 gold ahead for Team Blaze. OP, I mean, and they've got an inhibitor down now. Now, with only 1 inhibitor down, they can hold out. Usually when it gets to the 2 inhibitor point, it's when it starts to get unwinnable. So OP, they just need to play defensively. Baron's going to come back up pretty soon. Fantasy Star jumping the gun a little bit on it. Just casting his abilities randomly. In any case, this is the point where they just need to play defensively and hope that MiG makes a mistake on their tower and they can capitalize on it, get a counter ace. They're not even going to try and deal with this Baron, although they actually don't know this is going on according to their vision on the map right now.
Yeah, they don't know for certain it's going on, but they can definitely assume it. They have the timer from the last Baron. The thing is that Karthus just picked up his Rabadon's death cap. He's not anywhere close to the damage dealing potential of MiG Blaze. They really can't fight Blaze on the open ground, so they're going to have to wait for their inhibitor to come back like you were talking about, and then just defend until this Baron expires. And then at that point, maybe they'll be at a point where they can start to fight on open ground. Yeah,
exactly. They really need to keep this inhibitor alive, though. The second inhibitor over here. Oh, they catch Ryze. Ambition, though, catches Lilac instead. The save from Astronaut, but the Azubu catches almost everyone. The entire Blaze team pops. Valkyrie is not going to be enough. The posthumous Karthus ult does virtually nothing, and Blaze is just going to finish the game here, I believe. The ceremonious Zhonya's Hourglass, there's the forfeit. GG! MiG Blaze has taken game number 3 and taken the 2-1 lead in this series.
Yeah, planting the tree for next match, so they're going up into the fourth game, feeling really, really confident. So far, Purple is doing really well here. Pretty much stopped these last 2 games. Teemo P played game 2 perfectly. Teemo MiG Blaze doing the same in game 3. Awesome job by them throughout that entire game.
Wow. Absolutely amazing play there. And yeah, I mean, you got to hand it to OP. They did really well. They had some really good, made some really good plays. They had some really good ganks. They had a couple good kills.
Yeah, and it was a nice thought with Ari in the beginning of the game to put her in the top lane, but she just did not do enough damage to Vladimir to make it worth it. MiG Blaze was able to build up enough magic resistance so that when they got into those team fights, they were just able to annihilate a lot of Team OP and just continue to build that advantage throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly right. So unfortunate there that they got kind of shut down despite their best efforts, but the series is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a 4th game coming up. It is a best of 5.
Uh-oh, hearing some of the secrets from the team as they plan for their next match.
Yep, it is a best of 5, so OP is going to be trying to come back in the next game to tie up the series and bring it to that ace match, which would be another blind pick. Would be pretty sweet. Anyway, we're going to go for another break. I'm not sure if it's going to be 5 or 10 minutes. I think it's going to be a 10-minute break. So go sign up at azubu.com, get your account there, check out some game reviews while you're waiting. Go to OGNLOL.com, check out some interviews there. And we'll see you in 10 minutes for game number 4, where Team OP will be trying to come back and tie the series, and MiG Blaze will be trying to clinch their spot to face their brother team in the finals. See you in a few.
Next to matchup, MiG Blaze, Team OP. Azubu LOL, The 챔피언스 스프링 2012 세미파이널 매치 4.